The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to the January 14th, the terrific Tuesday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Yeah, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. Now, the easiest way to do that, well, it's to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I at just past 11 o'clock in the morning. I do know that I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. Well, I almost screwed that up, huh? But more important than that, and that's this. During this next 53 minutes, I am here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. Well, you can pick it up, but you can't dial in. You can call my cell phone, but that could create a problem in the show. But what you can do is you can send me an email. That you can clearly do. Send it off early. Send it to steve@tfnn.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question. Of course, if you're inside our Tiger's Den, well, then any and every ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on a terrific Tuesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Well, we begin our day with a mixed bag. Got the Dow trading up 62 points. The S&P's up 5. NASDAQ 100 is down 32. Russell's up 19. Tranny's up 129. Semi's down about 9 points. NASDAQ Composite is up by 18. NASDAQ Composite down 25. New York Stock Exchange is up 89. You've got gold that's trading out at $26.84. That's up about $6. 20 cents the upside for silver. $30.51. Light sweet crude printed out at $77.85 off a buck. 30-year Treasury is printed out at I got to get that converted. 110 and change out there, really close to almost 111. It looks like it's up 2 ticks out there. What else do we see out here on the charts? Well, because we're using my white now, I've got the black background charts totally shut off. We're going to see if this goes pretty smooth today. There'll still be some delays as I pull up the charts and it calculates those millions of data points for us. But if we look at this set of data here. Still, we've got gold. We've talked about gold having that TD9 count top. So let's go take a look at it. We'll just simply go through those that are showing us tops or bottom signals out here. So we take a look at gold. We're going to get the daily. It now switches so the weekly's on the right, monthly's now on the bottom left in that 30-minute time frame chart, which on the 30-minute time frame chart you can see formed a nice Rhodes momentum indicator bottom this morning as price was moving lower. It actually went ahead and confirmed that pattern here at 10 a.m. We've just traded back to an area where there's some prior swings. The key level here on the 30-minute basis to watch is going to be the price point of 26.8910. That's a TD9 count top. If price closes above that, we likely head higher. If we look at the TD9 count top in the daily time frame out here, that's going to go ahead and complete today. The bar following bar number 10. And at this stage here, price is trading above profile resistance. That's at 26.7130 out there. The oscillator and change line is at 26.68. If price were to close below that, we would likely see a move back towards 26.35 or maybe even 26.14. That's on the daily time frame. The weekly time frame, the beauty about the weekly time frame was price was below the bottom of its bullish structured profile for more than 2 consecutive sessions, and last week it closed back above it being about 26.84, 26.8750 to be exact. And that says that this may even though you got a T9 count top on the daily, the weekly's saying this is not a counter trend move, although price did find resistance at that weekly oscillator and change line. A monthly time frame, I would have to really go put up the continuous contract in order to get any data out of there that would be worthwhile. Next one up on our list out here is the consumer staples area, the XLP. We'll get those charts here fired up momentarily. Looks like yesterday was day number was the TD9 count pattern, the completion of that pattern. It was. What price should do is rally up towards this oscillator and change line. That's currently printed at 77.32. Now, the beauty about this trade to the upside, and you want to look at the details. You want to see, the top 10 holdings maybe inside the XLP, top 5, something like that, is that a price can clear 77.32. It doesn't have any resistance until it gets to 79.03 out there, and then above that, 79.72. But we haven't seen the XLP trade above that oscillator and change line for quite some time. So that becomes a real key level to watch. On a weekly time frame, we have price that closed below its breakout level of support. It's below all support levels out there. And so it's a little bit of a weak link out here. Not that it can't handle a couple of day rally or a rally period. Right now, we would say that 76.89 could be a level of resistance, old support that maybe in this instance could turn into resistance. Monthly time frame, the TD9 count top, trading below last month's low out there. That suggests I want to move down to 71.56. So what I really be watching is yesterday's low. And yesterday's low inside the XLP is down at 76.06. If that gives way, then we head to lower price, and that next lower price area right now I'd say would be 71.56. Now, you got a TD9 count bottom pattern that formed, completed yesterday. We've got a Rhodes momentum indicator signal on a 30-minute chart that is still in place out here. Of course, that low is likely going to target 76.06 out there. But the low that you really want to be watching is 76.06. That's it. So you close below that, those two patterns get negated. Otherwise, you should see a rally ensue with the XLP getting up towards 77.32. We take a look at what's next out here. Looks like it is the Great British Pound. If we take a look at the Great British Pound, this completed a TD9 count bottom pattern yesterday. This suggesting that it should rally. And when it does rally, what it should do is put a little bit of weakness into the U.S. dollar index. Now, where the Great British Pound should rally to, and it formed a nice bullish hammer candle yesterday. So it does tell us that the bulls are ready to try to make some type of rally unfold here. 1.23 is the number where price should rally to. You can see that on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, price negated a TD9 count pattern out there. So it's looking like on a weekly time frame, what price wants to reach to is its breakout level 1.209. But at first, we may get a rally up towards that oscillator and change line. On a monthly time frame, we're trading below its red oscillator and change line. 1.18 looks to be its target. 30-minute time frame chart tying into the daily TD9 count bottom. It's also formed its own TD9 count bottom. This suggests a move up to 1.223. So it looks like we're headed up to the 123 level inside of the Great British Pound. Lastly, on this chart here, we've got Apple. Apple completing a TD9 count bottom pattern today. Is really what this should tell us out here. And what Apple should do, so this is kind of an interesting trade out here. And what I mean about that is that this doesn't have any resistance as it would work its way up to its oscillator and change line up at 245. So the resistance zone for Apple is going to be, or the target zone, I should say, right now would be 245 to 247. Not that it can't get to 250, 350, but the 245 to 247 level is in play out there. Weekly chart is a little bit weak, and that price is trading below the bottom of its profile out there. So that's adding to an idea of lower price. Monthly chart could form a Rhodes momentum indicator top, could even form a TD9 count top at the end of this month. The key level to watch in Apple today, it has a TD9 count top, and the price is able to close above 236.03. Apple will rally, and its target will be that 245.42 level. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer, the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Let's take a look at what's going on inside the daily equity future contracts out here. So we've got the ES Mini on the upper left-hand side. There's an A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. I don't have that drawn in. It still needs a bullish reversal candle to confirm that pattern. But there's a new profile that is attempting to form. So you should be aware of this. And prices trading above the support level, which is at 58.61 out there. Resistance, which is really a sell zone, is between 59.64 and 59.90. If we take a look at the NQ, it completed a buy the D point pattern yesterday, forming a nice bullish hammer candle. Really makes yesterday's low a key level out there because the price closed below 26.94. As the expression goes, if you're long, you're wrong. Price today finding resistance at the bottom of its profile. I believe the NQ earlier in the day was trying to establish a new profile as well, but it is not present at the moment. So we know resistance at 21.096. So we take a look at the Dow Equity Future contract. It needs a bullish reversal candle to confirm a bottom. Price here has rallied right up into its oscillator and change line. There's also a new profile that is formed. So for the Dow, or is attempting to form. So for the Dow, it's 42,400 is support, and 43,121 would be the resistance level, the top of its profile. Russell 2000 yesterday confirmed a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom. Looks like it's confirming a wave number 7, letter G bottom as well. And it has a new profile. Support at 21.86, resistance at 22.99. The key level, though, that's really being tested here, and if you look at each of those equity future contracts daily, you'll see those oscillator and change lines have been doing a heck of a job of fending off price. Right now, we've had the Dow, YM tested, the Russell's testing as we speak out there. So those are the levels to watch. Let's call it 22.42 inside the Russell 2000, and let's call it 42.832. For lack of any better, it's really 42,734, but let's call it what it is inside the Dow Equity Future contract. Let's go take what's going on under the covers on the intraday basis, see what we can find out here. And for this, I believe that what's going to first pull up, once I get to it, what the Sam heck, where'd it go? Here we go. It was right in front of my eyes. I forgot what I was saying out there. Okay, so we take a look at the ES Mini. It doesn't really matter what Stevie was saying. There's a couple of things to look at. The first is the 120-minute time frame chart. So the 120-minute time frame chart has a TD9 count top, and right now price is pulling back and is testing support, and that is that oscillator and change line. So as that's testing support on a 120-minute basis, I think I would see some type of real bottom signal pattern or something on maybe a 10-minute or a 15-minute chart if that was the bottom. It still can be the bottom. I don't see that signal on those smaller time frames out there. If price were to close below that oscillator and change line, 58.68, that would then suggest you could see move back to the 58.16 level. I said you could see that. There's other areas that could work as support before that. And the reason why I'm focused on the 120-minute chart right now is because it's got that valid topping pattern. On a 30-minute time frame out here inside the ES Mini, what do we have? We got really A, B, C, D, E, F, 2. We got a wave 7 top. Perfect. So we got that 7th wave move. Letter G on my screen out there, and this has a key level to be watched that took place at 9 o'clock this morning. Is going to be 59.1850. If price closed above 59.1850, you're off to the races to the upside. To the downside, because we're trading below profile support right now, 58.16 is its target to the downside. What else can I share out here on the ES Mini? Doesn't look like much else. The 240, the 4-hour, the 5-hour, the 2-hour, each are testing those key levels of support, their oscillator and change line. So if they start moving below those, we likely head to lower price. Let's go take a look and see what's going on inside the NQ. The NQ, which formed that by the D point pattern yesterday with that bullish hammer candle. Whoops, I want to hit this button. There we go. Steve will end up figuring this out. It's going to take a moment for these charts here to populate. The left-hand side, the daily came up first. You can see that daily hammer candle. You can also see that price ran into resistance at the bottom of its profile. So that 21.096 again being a key level. 5-hour chart tested its oscillator and change line level of support. The same thing it looks like on the 4-hour time frame. Same thing it looks like on the 2-hour time frame. So really falling in line with regard to the ES Mini. It's also the 2-hour time frame for the NQ that has a TD9 count top. So this could be a level of support. Now here, the 10-minute time frame chart. So if this was a level of support, again, we go down to the intraday time periods to look for those signals. Well, you've got a 10-minute TD9 count pattern that's completing as we speak right now. That'll complete at 11:30 exactly. So your resistance levels on a rally to the upside, 29.46, 29.67. Followed by 21.040, followed by 21.11 out there. So watch that TD9 count pattern. Again, that completes at 11:30 out there. Yeah, those are the two that'll have to tie together that could lead us to higher price. If I didn't give you the TD9 count top on the 120-minute chart, let me do that now. That number is 21.143. What else do we want to do? Let's put the Russell 2000 up here, RTY 0325. Let's get that up here. Now, the Russell 2000, my recollection is the cash indice formed a bullish reversal candle yesterday and confirmed a Rhodes momentum indicator bottom pattern. That's my recollection. We'll have to test my recollection out there. We didn't get that same signal. Oh, I take that back. We did get that same. We got a bullish hammer candle on the Russell 2000. Huh. I must have. So that's got wave number 7 pattern. That's got a Rhodes momentum indicator pattern. But again, price is dealing with that resistance level up at that 22.42 level. Nice bottom on the 5-hour chart. Nice bottom on the 4-hour chart out there. Nice bottom on the 2-hour time frame chart. Key level here is going to be that 2-hour TD9 count top. It's already been tested and rejected a couple of times out here. That level that price needs to close above is 22.26 on a 2-hour basis. This next candle is going to close at 12 noon, then 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock and so on out there. What else does Stevie see out here? I don't see much, so you can see that the markets are signaling to you and I that they are attempting to form a bottom. We might as well finish it off since we've got the time here. Let's go take a look and see what's going on inside of the Dow equity future contract. Then we will cover it at all, and then we can start take a look at some requests. Only have a few requests in, and would love many more. In the Dow, you can see that Rhodes momentum indicator signal, no bullish reversal candle that had formed there, but price run into resistance at that daily oscillator and change line. And a new profile that's out there. 5-hour chart, nice Rhodes momentum indicator bottom with price running into resistance at the top of its profile, 42.716. No TD9 count top on the 2-hour time frame chart, nor no top on the 4-hour time frame chart. So only real top that I have out here is a 30-minute Rhodes Momentum Indicator top with price consolidating with inside its profile level there. The 30-minute bar, if it were to close below 42,556, is the Dow Equity Future contract, and it does that for 2 consecutive sessions, would suggest that we had the lower price. Now, I take that back. I don't take that back. What I meant, what I really was trying to say is there is a TD9 count bottom pattern. It's a 15-minute time frame chart. So the key level to watch there on a 15-minute basis is 42,530. As long as that level holds, well, you could see a rally. You close below that, then we start heading to the lower price out there. So that's what's going on with the daily equity future contract, with their intraday signals out there. And why don't we turn to the first request? We won't get it in, I don't think, for the entire moments that we have together. But this is for Teladoc. TDOC is out here. And what we see right now is prices trading right below the bottom of its profile at 982, and it's trading below its red oscillator and change under its test at 972. Price closed below 972 today. Duncan, you're likely to see lower price. That's coming from the daily time frame charts. We come back to this break. We'll take a look at its weekly, its monthly, and any other thing that we can find out there that is of importance. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
This market has turned red, Tigers, and the question we should be asking ourselves is how to position for a potential bear market. Plenty of gains can be made in bull markets, but if we've entered bearish territory, that strategy needs to change. So, how do we pivot so we can see green in the red? Join Larry this month, January 10th and 24th for live trading action. You'll sit next to Larry as he places live trades, explains his methodology, and answers questions live. Larry brings his decades of trading knowledge directly to you, teaching you how to navigate this shifting market. Go to the front page of TFNN.com today and secure your spot fast for live trading Fridays with Larry Pesavento. Happy New Year, Tigers. We'll see you January 10th and 24th. TFNN. Educating investors.
This portion of the Trader's Edge is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Welcome back, folks. So I see on Teledoc, I do see a wave number 7 bottom signal out here, what letter number G on my screen. So that's a confirmed pattern with price consolidating with inside its profile. And that's really the range. The trading range runs from 826, Duncan, to 1275 out there. There's nothing else that I see that is really that I can see that will be of assistance to you other than watch 972 today. If you close below it, you're likely to head lower out there inside of Teledoc world. If we take a look at the next request, it's RXRX, Dr. Doc prescription. So if we take a look at this, what are we doing here? Boy, when we look at the monthly chart, really, doesn't it tell us exactly what's going on here? It's been a sideways consolidation, somewhat dead money, if you will, for over a year. Runs from its trading in between the support level of its monthly profile, 605 is support, and resistance is at 820 out there. To spend any time going to take a look at the daily and the weekly charts, it's just really not. I don't see anything out there that looks more like sideways consolidation type action out there. I'd love to spend more time on it, but when we look at that monthly chart, that's what really tells you the picture. Take a picture of that, and you can see you just got that narrow banded trading range between, again, a little under 6 up to 820 out there. Let's go on to your next request out here, see if we can find something that's got a little bit more girth to it. And that would be ticker symbol NVDA. Everybody wants to see that. That's including ELO, who put in a request for that. Now, in the case of NVIDIA, this is trading in a sideways consolidation. As soon as the weekly chart here populates, we'll go ahead and pull the daily. Here we go. Let's pull the daily. Let's actually open up the daily chart. See what's going on here. And now you can see the sideways consolidation. We're trading below profile support. We're trading below the red oscillator and change line. Price could easily pull back to the 128-ish type area out there where we've got that sideways consolidation. Now, if a price were to break through a consolidation, it would provide us with a measured move equal to or greater than the consolidation. Right now on the daily time frame, nothing but a consolidation with price possibly going down and tagging the bottom of that consolidation. On a weekly time frame has got a TD9 count top. That TD9 count top came in November of 2022. That's also led to a sideways consolidation out there. So you can see the consolidating type market. And we take a look at the monthly time frame chart for NVIDIA. NVIDIA's got a TD9 count top as well. Price says that top led to a test rejection of its green oscillator and change line. It's possible that that's where price may be headed to. That would be a bit below the bottom of that daily consolidation pattern we drew in there, but nonetheless, that would still be support. And when we take a look at NVIDIA, for those of you that are longtime holders of this, you've been holding it for quite some time, what Stevie would say and the charts would say is you wouldn't consider selling it unless you saw a close below that oscillator and change line. If we take a look at NVIDIA, we come all the way back. This is the monthly time frame chart. Price been above it since February of 2023 out there. There have been several tests, price pulling back and testing, rejecting those levels out there. So from a long-term holder standpoint, it would really be about the 125 and change level that we would be looking at. But you do have a top on the monthly. You do have a top on the weekly. You do have a top on the daily, but mostly consolidation when we take a look at NVIDIA. So I hope that helps you out. Duncan, ELO, Eddie, I know wants to know what's going on with NVIDIA, and there's plenty of others as well. We have another request inside the den to take a look at CRNC. So let's pull those charts up on our screen. If we take a look at the daily time frame right now, I see wave number 7 top that formed maybe about 4 or 5 days ago. That's led to lower price. Yesterday's close below that green oscillator and change line, and today's tells us it has lost some momentum. It should head back to its next level of support. We take a look at where that next level of support is. On the daily, it would be 877, and on the weekly, it would be 861. So I'll go with 861. We've got a TD9 count top that's going to complete this week. It went ahead and formed last week out there, and that suggests a pullback towards that oscillator and change line. So really, I'd say 802, 861. 861 is going to change as price moves lower. 802 happens to be the top of its profile. Now, in the case of CRNC, Dunk, if in fact it's only a counter trend rally to the downside, price would find, it's going to be hard for people to stomach that have bought this at $27 out there, but where the counter trend move would come to an end would be at about 672 out there. So that would be another area to look at. The monthly time frame chart, beautiful TD9 count bottom, did its work, did its magic, took price up to where it broke out from at 26.55. Then that monthly TD9 count top, that daily Wave 7 top took over, and that's what's sending price lower, and it should continue to send price lower, although this will be day number 5 of consecutive moves to the downside, so you should get some type of relief rally of probably 2 bars in the not-too-distant future out there. So that's what's going on with regard to CRNC. Do it inside the Tiger's Den. Would like to take a look at GCT. So let's pull those charts up here, and GCT trading out at $18.96, and it is trading with inside its profile. That profile has support, buyers at $17.31, top of the profile, sellers $20.37. You're trading kind of inside it. Now, the center of that profile, 1935, closer in proximity to resistance or where the sellers are at, so it's a bearish structured profile. And the sell zone on a daily basis for GCT is between 1935 and 2037. The question is, on a daily basis, does this form any kind of a bottom? Well, the only bottom pattern that could be out there would be the A to B equals CD pattern. Let's open up the chart and take a look at it. And the answer to that question is it most certainly did. You can see the A to B line out there. I'll just simply draw that for you. We'll put that in here. Here's A to B. Once that you draw that in, you move this over to the next highest high that forms out there. After that, that would have been right here in the trading day of November 25th. 1-to-1. We got down to it back on the trading day of December 30th. This thing gapped up the following day. That confirmed that Rhodes momentum indicator, that buy the D point pattern. With at this stage here, price is trading with inside its daily profile. Now let's look at the weekly chart for GCT. Weekly chart has a TD9 count bottom pattern. That TD9 count bottom pattern would be negated with a close below 1681 out there. This also is trading with inside its profile, I believe. Bottom is at 1773. So you got support at 1773, resist up at 2613 out there. And finally, on the monthly time frame, we take a GCT. It has a TD9 count top, a price trading inside an equally balanced profile. It could be telling us about a move to 1056. So could be. In order for that to happen, you're going to have to negate the buy the D point, and that would require a close below the December 30th low, $16.80. So that's what I see when we take a look at GCT, and I hope that helps you out. We have a request out here coming in from LB, wants to take a look at Platinum, I believe it is PPTA. I'm going to move back to this screen. We're going to go ahead and fire it up. I don't know that these charts will be on the screen until we get back from this break. PPTA. So we'll get that up there. We're going to look at OKLO. We're going to look at Amazon, of course. I'd like to hear from you as well, folks out there. You can send me an email, steve@tfnn.com, and Inside the Tiger's Den would greatly appreciate some additional requests out there. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be back in just a few.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstad's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstad releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Welcome back, folks. Let's get to these requests out here. PPTA, this is for LB. His question specifically is, has this bottomed? And so we did have a TD9 count bottom pattern that formed out here on December 31st. That rallied right up into TD9 count breakdown resistance, and it has since pulled back. So that's the only bottom that we have out there. That bottom is likely to be tested as long as price remains below 1157. And LB 1157 is the bottom of that daily profile. It's rallied up into it, and so far that has held as resistance. So you had that daily bottom. And it ran right up in resistance and has pulled back. If we look at the weekly time frame chart out here, price is testing the top of its weekly profile. That is at 1089, so that's a bullish signal. But it's lost momentum. It's still below its oscillator and change on 1190, so it's kind of neutralized. What's not neutralized is the monthly chart. The monthly chart completed a TD9 count top last month. In order to negate that signal, you've got to get a close above last month's high. For PPTA, that would be at 1318. Instead, what should happen, doesn't mean that it will happen, is price should pull back to test its oscillator and change line. That is currently at $8.27 out there. So longer term, LB, it looks like that's where price wants to head to. The daily is saying, oh, you know what? There was not a daily TD9 count bottom pattern. I realized bar number 5 was the bottom of that pattern out there. So really, you've got just a consolidation, right? If you look at the daily time frame chart out here, LB, let's pull this back just a tad. We can draw this in here. Let's pull it off to the left. So this is really the pattern that it is trading in. Let's get to that rectangle box. That would be nice. So figuring out the high is pretty easy to do of that pattern, and I would say that this is pretty representative of the bottom of that consolidation as well. So that's what you're doing, is trading a consolidation. You're trying to be long. I'd say you'd be long somewhere around the price level of about $10.46 out there. So that's what the charts are telling us at this moment in time for PPTA. You also wanted to look at OKLO, and here you're looking for a good entry point. So let's get those charts up on our screen, see if we can do a good job of doing that. And we've got a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top in this form for the daily time frame. And price did find support yesterday at the bottom of its bullish structured profile. It has a buy zone out there, LB. That runs between 21.46 and 22.62. So that has proven to be effective. Now what price is likely to do is rally up into resistance, which right now would be at 25.25 or 26.11. 25.25 is the oscillator and change line. 26.11 is the top of its profile. Weekly time frame, because we gap down for the because we've gapped down. Now that gap can be closed, and the way that would get closed is if we get a tick above 24.40. So right now, though, we don't have that. And the weekly chart is showing a confirmed Rhodes Momentum Indicator top with price testing that key oscillator and change line. That oscillator and change line is basically held as support ever since September 13th out there on a weekly basis. So if we get a close below that, that being 23.08, we're likely to head down to 20.03, and 20.03 would be the next level of profile support on the weekly time frame. When we look at a monthly chart out there, there's just not enough data here that really helps us out, so it's really about the daily and the weekly. Daily found support where it should have, so that's a positive. Is that an entry point on this? I would say in order for that to be an entry, I'm going to say be patient here on that weekly signal right now. Let's be patient on OKLO. Let's see how this finishes the week off, or if it just simply closes out and closes that gap to the downside. It closes above 24.08. More likely than not, that 21.46 level would have been a buy point. I don't see anything on. Well, I sort of take that away. I mean, I see some buy signals. So we know why price found support out here. As an example, I'll just pull over the 130-minute time frame chart. You would see a bottom pattern on the 30-minute time frame chart as well. But here, when you get back to an area of support, and what LB is asking me for is, a buy entry area. If we see something like that on a larger time frame, we'd like to see supporting evidence on the shorter term time frame. There's 330-minute bars in a day out there. We can see that has a nice TD non-count bottom. So you got that bottom there as well. I'm just concerned about that weekly chart and that gap to the downside. So I've shared with you my concern out there, and that bottom certainly would have been at that potentially at the bottom of that profile, 21.46. So LB, I hope that helps you out. Let's go take a Caterpillar. This comes in from Starve and Marvin out there. Marvin, thank you so much for writing in for your request. You want to take a Caterpillar. You were asking about a TD9 count bottom pattern, I believe, and no, it does not have one. It did have one, but it got negated. The TD9 count bottom pattern formed on December 20th, and as soon as price closed below that low, that was 357.24, and it did it on the trading day of January 10th out there, and negated that signal. So now what do we have for Caterpillar on a daily basis? That's a good question. Let's open up the daily chart to get a better view. There most certainly is an A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. Looks like this would be well more than a 1-to-1 level out there. And so what took place yesterday was a confirmation of that by the D point pattern out there. If you need me to draw it in, we can do that here. I'll draw in the A to B point. It looks like that was at least a 0.786 retracement of that B to C leg. I'm not going to show you the B to C leg. I'm just going to connect you to the C point. See, we're well beyond that 1-to-1 level out there. So there was a buy the D point pattern that formed yesterday, gapped up today, another confirmation of the buy the D point pattern with price trading inside its profile. And it has resistance at 373.56 out there, and that's likely where price is headed to. Marvin, if we look at the weekly time frame chart, we have a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. We have price trading below profile support. We don't have a bottoming pattern there. Yeah, we do not have a bottoming signal on the weekly time frame chart. On a monthly basis, Caterpillar says, well, I may not be done headed to the downside. Why is that? You have a completed Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. We have price that is trading with inside its profile. It's trading below its green oscillator and change line. It has lost its momentum. So the only way that really changes is the daily would need a profile change in trend. And what I mean by that, Marvin, it would need two consecutive close above 370, 356 to say, you know what, maybe that monthly chart isn't going to get back to its buy zone between 318 and 329 out there. But with the weekly being below support levels, no bottom, and the monthly same scenario out there, I think it's just a counter trend move out here. Or at least that's what I'm going to go with at 11:49 in the morning on November the 14th out there. So I hope that helps you out. There was also a request to take a Nordic American tankers. Nordic American tankers, beautiful move out here. What you really want to see this thing do, quite frankly, in my opinion, is pull back for a couple days. Why is that? Because if you get one tick above yesterday's high is 302, and you get one tick above it today, tomorrow, or the next day, you're going to go ahead and trigger a TD9 count top out there. Now, this formed a TD9 count bottom pattern down here at the bottom on December the 20th out there. So you'd certainly want to be paying attention to that. Today's going to become bar number 8. That's for sure. And we're likely going to get bar number 9. You just simply want all that work to be done so we don't form a TD9 count top out there. Monthly or weekly chart looks very bullish. TD9 count bottom, price above profile resistance at 286, and a monthly TD9 count bottom. So everything looks good there. You just don't want to see Nordic American tankers rally for the next couple of days out there so that you don't have a TD9 count top. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Welcome back, folks. So we got through all the requests that were out there, and so that's a beautiful thing. Today was just solely just the white background charts that left that entire e-signal system off. That seems to have helped a bit. out here, at least with regard to memory and my system running the way that it was. But I do miss those black background charts. We had a question from one of our denters here that really I need to be able to pull those up, but I just don't want to interrupt what's going on right now. But in any event, let's take a look at Goldilocks as we close out the show here. We mentioned that gold is completing a daily TD9 count top today. And what that sets up is the key level of resistance out there, one to watch for. That's the high of 2 days ago, bar number 8. That high out there is priced at 27.35. If gold were to trade above 27.35, it negates that signal and says that we move higher. That's not what we're dealing with right now. We're kind of curious. It's got a new profile that is formed as well. So that new profile is bearish and structured. Price is trading right now into the sell zone. The sell zone is between 26.79 and 27.01. There is support below that profile. It's at 26.68. That's the oscillator and change line. Below that would be profile support at 26.46. Now, the interesting thing about this profile, it formed above the prior daily profile. Even though we got a TD9 count top, the profiles are more bullish, is a bullish message. If in a bearish market, you would form profiles below the prior profile. So we don't have that right here. So this is and analyzing gold is getting to be a slightly complicated. But if we just simply follow along, take a look at its patterns, 5-hour time frame chart out here does not have any kind of a bottom pattern, but price is trading above the bottom of its profile, 26.80. Same thing on a 240-minute time frame chart. You've got a TD9 count bottom pattern that's in effect on the 2-hour time frame chart. Your price can close about 26.87. You ought to get a move up to 26.95. The TD9 count pattern to be watching would come from the 30-minute time frame chart, and that requires a close about 26.89.10 as well. So the number for the day for Goldilocks, well, even though it was 26.89.10, look at that 60-minute TD9 count breakdown level, 26.90.30. That's the number that price has to close above for gold to rally further. Folks, have a terrific Tuesday. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow on Wonderful Wednesday. Be safe out there. Take care.